episode of Advice Would Be Nice on Healing with the Tarot. My name is Amy, and today I decided, as we're doing Divine Feminine relationship issue readings, I would call upon the goddesses for the significator cards, and they were extremely forthcoming in stepping forward today. So we have Goddess Nut representing pile 1. I bend, I breathe, I relax. Goddess Selene, I let the light of illumination fill me with love, for pile 2. And for pile 3, the beautiful Iris. Every step I take imbues me with hope. Stunning card with the rainbow. They're all beautiful, aren't they, these goddesses? Right, what I'll ask you to do is, please, if you need longer, pause the video here and take your time using your intuition to select the card that calls to you the most. Please then go to the Advice Would Be Nice playlist on the Healing River Tarot page on YouTube and click on your relevant reading. So it will be entitled Nut, Selene or Iris. And without further ado, let's get on with today's reading. Hello, card number 1s, and welcome to your reading. My name is Amy. You're watching Healing with the Tarot. This is the Divine Feminine readings today, all about relationship issues, and you picked card number 1, the Goddess Nut. Now, the Goddess Nut is the goddess of the sky, of the night. Yeah, the goddess of the sky. I was right the first time. Right, she is about rebirth, patience, flexibility, and creativity. Because she is the representation of the sky, she symbolizes vastness and serenity. But I feel when I'm touching this card, I feel as though I'm not getting that serenity right now. I'm actually not allowing myself peace of mind, and I am over extending myself. I'm feeling a bit sick as well with this card. Let's have a look at your cards and see what's the message associated with this beautiful card, the Goddess Nut. Queen of Cups in reverse is your situation. Now, the Queen of Cups in reverse is controlling or suppressing your emotions, feeling insecure, a need to listen more, irrationality, emotional blackmail, being melodramatic, an opportunity to be responsible for your own emotions. So I feel stress, I feel angst, I feel as though I'm not opening up and speaking my truth. I've been suppressing my feelings towards those around me in my relationship, about my relationship, to your Divine Masculine. So this is to do with your Divine Masculine. It's certainly, communication has not been great between you two, and you are feeling very stressed about this situation with him. Oh, look at that. Boom shakalaka. Queen of Cups, King of Cups, divine counterpart energy. This is definitely your soulmate or your twin flame. But, divine counterpart unions are... people sell them online as, you get lots of people talk about them as though they're this wonderful, amazing union and bond that just... your soulmate is the one, and it's easy and it flows, and I knew the moment I looked into his eyes that he was for me. Yeah, but they don't tell you about all the other stuff that goes with it, the triggering of your damage, the triggering of your unhealed wounds that you have to face, because it is a mirroring of you mirror each other, you show each other your unhealed wounds, you actually trigger each other, you separate. Like, you will come together like up to 3 times with your soulmate throughout your life. you go apart, you know, you meet the first time round, and then you go off, you do more of your life, you come back again, and then something else splits you up, and then you go away, and then on the third time you come back together into union. But it's a whole like long drawn out process of working through our stuff, our shadow. And I feel like you've been dealing with like shadow in as much as you've not been able to communicate openly and honestly about how you're truly feeling. And he is the obstacle. I mean, this is the obstacle. And you know, the King of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. Right. So these are the obstacles. Now the King of Cups, no man is an island. He's standing by. You see how he's isolated himself on his island? He's like, I can do it all. I am, you know, like I'm the man. But I feel like for this purpose of this, I feel like the more you push, the more he withdraws and is being triggered by you. And instead of actually resolving your issues, it's making it worse. And I feel like because the Nine of Pentacles is covering the King, because this is to do with money and material goods. Feeling alone, a workaholic, the realization money alone will never be enough. Financial delays, the pressure to appear more successful than you are. I feel like the pressures of this relationship have been getting to you both. I mean, look, there's a mermaid back there, but I'd say that's you. And you feel like he's on his own little island and you can't reach him. And the more you push with your emotions, the more he's actually drifting away from you. Because it is to do with him focusing on certain things and he's not focusing on you, and you're feeling stressed. But, you know, you're being asked by Spirit to actually bend and be more flexible, to open up with your emotions and to communicate. No man is an island, and no man that can work alone in a relationship. You have to be able to communicate, you have to open up, and you have to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is key and part and parcel to building trust in a union. And without that openness and that honesty, and without clarity, how can you both move forward together? I would say, let's see what the cards have to say. Actually, I'm gonna withhold my. Yeah, I'm going to say anything more on that. I think I'll just wait to see what Spirit says. Okay, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, which is the oh, these cards. Action recommended. Okay. Financial stress, being self-absorbed, smothering others, helicopter parenting, overindulgence, work-home imbalances, and material. I feel like this is to do with a serious imbalance in your financial world. But this is coming to you as your action. So it is about you as the queen, because there's two queens here. This is definitely about your divine feminine energy and stepping up into that, and in your softness, but in your leadership as the divine feminine, and stepping up and seeing that you yourself need to move forward. Oh, I'm so sorry. You yourselves need to move forward together in this union. And I think about it, this is also to see the world differently, because I think both of you are focusing on material things. You're focusing on what you lack rather than what you have. And what you have is each other. Okay? Material shit, be damned. You are a strong partnership, and that should be what takes precedence. Not on the hamster wheel running after every single cent or penny, or, you know, like, I know that you need money to survive. That's the world as it's rigged at the minute. It's unavoidable, but we can actually start working together and communicating and seeing our shadow and working through our shadow individually and as a couple, because I feel that's what you're being asked to do here. You're being asked to walk away from the problems that you perceive. Look, she's running away off with those people. The wind's blowing her in a new direction. She's taking her stuff and she's off. She's like, bye, Felicia. she's, she's like, yeah, I see you all later. I'm going now. I'm just gonna be gone. It's a transition, basically. You've got to go through a transition into a different way of being with each other and of communicating and being, because the cups is all about emotions. So the fact that the reading is talking about emotions and about breathing and relaxing and bending to fit into, and I would say bending is actually compromising. You need to learn to compromise, both of you do. I mean, the obstacle is your divine masculine and money, and you have to take the action as the queen financially towards resolving that with your divine masculine and actually coming together and expressing emotions and it not turning into a shitfest. The Six of Swords, yeah, it's help arriving at the perfect time, rites of passage, healing, moving beyond trauma and shadows of the past. Reach out to support from others. It is your personal evolution that you are going through in this partnership right now. But you need to learn to accept help and you need to actually learn how to communicate. Both of you. I think this is a shared issue that you're having. I feel like the more you try and open up, the more he pulls away from you and he's sat on his island. But there is a way through this that, you're going through a transition together, and I don't think that your relationship's going to end. You're just facing a bump in the road. Let's see what the cards have to say. I've got some relationship messages for you now, card number ones. Give one another space. Release, breathe clear. Look, you're being asked to breathe. Breathe. Release, breathe, and clear the stagnant energy between you. Maybe take some space away from one another. As I said to you, soulmates, they separate and then they come back together later. And maybe you're being asked to just take some time to yourself, take some time to heal, take some time to grow, and take some time to actually really assess what it is you do want for yourself. It's okay to do that, It's okay to say, I need some time. I need some space. I need to reevaluate where I am as a divine feminine. I need you to step up to meet me. I need my emotions validated. I need for you to be emotionally available to me. I need to know that we're in a partnership. These are things that, are part of a relationship that you should be able to talk about. And if there is some blocks there that, if he's shutting you down with silence or he's shutting you down with excuses, or he's hiding in his work and it's become really mundane and cyclical, and every time you try and talk he seems to drift further away, it's time to remove yourself, to step back, reassess your boundaries, reassess what you're happy to put up with in a relationship. Love is not always enough. That's all I'm going to say there. But time heals. Be patient and give time a chance to work its magic on this connection. I feel like at the moment there's uncertainty here in this relationship and blocks to do with the financial circumstances surrounding it. I mean, I feel like, either one of you just not working or you're not getting equally investing into things. Something's unbalanced in this relationship, okay? And you're questioning actions and your current decisions, and so are they. And I feel like you're bouncing off of each other in a really, wrong way. But you are, oh, I can't make it out. Can you look at this card? You're a divine match, card number ones. You've got divine counterparts, divine match, soulmate, twin flame. Follow your destiny and a love that is meant to be. So this love is meant to be, but if it's not working right now, for whatever reason, then, and like the cards here are saying about finances, but, there's lots of different forms of abundance to a relationship. So, if something is imbalanced, it might be time to have a break in order to rebalance yourself and reprioritize. Because how can you actually see what's valuable to you if you don't give it space to actually be known? Sometimes silence is louder than presence, because it's the absence of presence that makes the heart grow fonder. And you start to see the important things rather than focusing on the lack, focusing on the struggle, focusing on the detonal and matching emotions or effort. You see what I'm saying? It gives you space to both prioritize and reevaluate. And because it's destined, if you're meant to be, you will be. Control. I feel like taking responsibility for both actions and emotions, it is about gaining back control of yourself. And for the man, for the divine masculine, it's about him stepping up and leading. It is about him taking his responsibility in the right direction, to walk beside you. It's not to walk in front of you, and it's certainly not to walk behind you. Your divine counterpart is beside you. You're equal in every way. That's true union. And it can only happen when you're both healed and you're both sure of what you want, and you've had the time to do the work, the shadow work that needs to be done. But it is a radiant love that you share. You do create positivity and warmth together. There are times that you are happy, optimistic, and open with each other. And I feel like, this, because it's a divine match, yeah, it's going to be great. But, at the same time, at the minute, it's not so great. And it is really about getting to a better place through doing the work. Breaking free, getting out of the situation of being on your own for now. So maybe taking some time away from this union just to reevaluate, just to center yourself, get yourself in a better frame of mind. Maybe take a short break from each other. Say, look, I think we need to have a break because this isn't working. I'm trying to tell you things and you're not listening, and you're trying to tell me things and it's hurting my feelings rather than me listening. And we're just bouncing off of each other and making it worse. And I'm pushing you away and you're pushing me away when we both love each other. And it's all down to our financial circumstances. It's affecting us in certain ways, blah, 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 blah. Whatever that conversation is that you need to have, my darlings, it might be time for some freedom and independence just for now. And then you come back together when you're more healed, when you're more centered, when you have more stability in this union and connection. You have a telepathic bond, so that means that you're constantly thinking of each other. Close soul connections are harmoniously synchronized, creating moments of telepathy. And also, like, you'll suddenly start thinking them out of the blue, and they will you, because you are thinking of each other and connected. And so that connection is not going to break. It's not going to go anywhere because we're all one. But you do need clarity and to take time to think about your situation to gain that clarity. I think the message is really clear that Spirit's saying in this reading for you, my darling number ones. The divine will help you recognize the signs and miracles that will lead you back to one another again. Will show you the path that you are to walk and help you through this situation that you're currently going through. So be open to seeing the signs and synchronicities that your spirit guides are going to show you following this reading today, okay? And embrace what destiny has in store for you. And this is part of your destiny. You're walking your path. And who said it was going to be an easy path? Who said love runs smooth? The perfect love never does, because it's through adversity that you actually grow stronger. It's through separation that you realize what's important. Let go. Sometimes it's best to let go and let the universe work out things in divine time. Do you see where this message is going? I think they're trying to tell you something, my darlings. I've got 2 more cards for you. It's an intense connection that you share. The intensity of a true soul connection includes great highs and great lows. And you've been going through a great low, but you do have radiant love and have moments of great high. So, you're being told this is the one, but maybe it's just not the right time right now. Maybe you need to take some time and some space just to reevaluate, just to, give each other space to calm down and figure shit out and then come back together. Now, it's finding respect. That's the last card that Spirit's saying to you. Come on, it's time to find respect. Respect your relationships, but also self-respect. How much are you putting up with from your divine counterpart? How much have you forgiven them, excused their behavior, or self-sacrificed in order to keep the love that you fear that you might lose if you don't? Because that's toxic behavior. You should have boundaries and expectations, and they should respect you. And it can be the other way around. So divine feminine, if you're the one doing the manipulation because you're afraid, it's time to actually start respecting your partner, and it's time to start seeing your behavior and your actions and how it's triggering your partner, and to start respecting everybody and yourself, because self-respect is extremely important. Self-love is extremely important. And I always say to people that I see, you cannot truly love another until you truly love yourself. Because until you can fully embrace self-love and self-respect, there's always going to be something that you're not going to be able to give to another person because you're not clear on what love is within the self. And so it is important for us to understand and love ourselves fully to be able to fully love another. And also know how we wish to be loved because we love ourselves. So it's learning our own love language in order to be able to communicate that to another person. And at the moment, you're struggling with your emotions and communicating them to your divine masculine. And so maybe some healing and some time and some space, embracing it, gaining clarity, letting go, recognizing that maybe you need some time to just problem solve and to release and to heal and to develop that love for yourself and your boundaries. And when you're in that space of reflection, you will be able to truly see how you were being treated, how the dynamics of your relationship, what could be changed, what you need changing, what and then come back and have a conversation with them, and they'll be able to be more honest with you and say, well, I didn't think this was working, that weren't working, we really need to address this, that, and the other. Do you see what I'm saying? So this has been your reading today, my darlings. I send you my love. I hope this helps you on your journey. As I say with all my readings, this is just advice, okay? On advice would be nice. You do you. You do what's best for you. You only lovingly take what resonates, okay? And you leave the rest. You go with what your heart tells you to do. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm only here to lend advice that you can take or leave. I like to say to people, I am a signpost on your journey, but it is you that has to walk the path. Namaste, my beautiful darlings. My love to you all. I will be back on Monday with another spiritual tarot reading. Until then, bye, my loves.